Hey Stampers, it's Stephanie from Inspire Me. I know it's odd to see me on the side of the camera. Usually you're seeing the other side, and so hopefully you're not scared off. I wanted to come on because on Sunday at our demonstrator meeting, we were told to think about our why we joined Stampin' Up! In the first place. So I thought I'd come on and just share that with you. My story began probably about 13 years ago. I became a scrapbooker after having somebody from a scrapbooking company come out to do a guide meeting with the unit I was running. I instantly fell in love and went out the next day and dropped a ton of money on some supplies to get started. So I was scrapbooking for a couple of years when I was invited to a Stampin' Up! Party, and at first I thought, I'm a scrapbooker, why do I need to go to a stamping party? But it's paper crafting, so let's check it out. And I instantly fell in love. The paper, the ribbons, the inks, the brads, the buttons, everything coordinated. There was no guesswork needed. So I was able to turn that into my scrapbooks, and really that's how I got started with Stampin' Up! As a customer, was just adding to my scrapbooks. And then I, for lack of a better word, was told from my husband to stop buying cards. So I was spending tons of money on cards. I like to send cards, birthday cards, Christmas cards, thank you cards, any type of card. And it's costly if you go into Hallmark or Carlton Cards or Papyrus or any of those places to buy pre-done cards. And I realized that with my scrapbooking and stamping supplies that I could make cards at a fraction of the cost. In fact, because I had all the tools, a card typically costs me 50, 75 cents, maybe $1, depending on how elaborate it is to make and send. And it started to make sense. So I started making my Christmas cards and sending those out. And I typically send over 100 cards a year. So you can imagine the cost savings. And the demonstrator at the time at the Stampin' Up! Party I went to offered me the business, and it wasn't the right time. I was newly engaged. I just had a new house. It didn't make sense. I was still working full time. And then after I got married, my husband and I had twins, and I did not go back to work. So I stayed home and started an online business selling cloth diapers, which did really well for quite some time. And again, the demonstrator approached me and said, how about now? Again, still not the time. I needed to focus everything on the online business and making sure that that was successful. I was still crafting in my spare time. In fact, it was my sanity keeper. Being home alone with twins all day long can be quite trying, I'm sure, and running a business full time was also added stress. So paper crafting, stamping, scrapbooking, it was my escape, and it still is to this day. And then once the business side dried up and I went back to work, actually before I went back to work, I was approached again, and this time I said yes. It was the best decision I ever made. I have been a demonstrator for almost 6 years now, and I love every minute of it. So I started out thinking that it would just be a great way to get a discount on my supplies, and it has turned into a business. Now, I don't make a ton of money. I'd be lying if I said I did. Most of it goes back into my supplies. As you can see, I have a small addiction. But I do make money, and the best part about it is the people I meet. So I have a great network of friends that I have met through stamping, and we all share a like passion for paper crafting, whether that be 3D paper crafts or cards or scrapbooks or all of the above. We have great meetings. We get together sometimes quarterly, sometimes once a month. There's great events from Stampin' Up! There's tons of fun training and online resources for us, and yeah, that's why I keep it up. Yes, the extra money is great, help contribute to family trips or to supplying my habit, or maybe just paying Christmas bills off. It doesn't have to be a ton of money, but it's enough to make it all worthwhile. And I wouldn't have the people in my life like my downline, Danielle and Christine and Teresa and Rebecca and Lisa. They're all great, all people that I've met through my love of stamping, And really, that's why, like I said, I continue to do it. So I strongly encourage you, if you're looking for something to do, you're looking for a creative outlet, to think about it, to give it a try. Stampin' Up is having SaleABration right now, which is our biggest event of the year. And if you join, your kit is $135. That does not, we don't charge tax or shipping on that. So really you're paying $135 and you are getting $165 worth of product that you pick, unlike other direct sales companies where the kits are predetermined and you're stuck with what they tell you have to take. You can pick whatever you want. You want all stamps and papers, you take all stamps and papers. You want the big shot, this little die cutting machine right here. This puppy by itself is $135 and you would pay tax and shipping on it. So you can get that as your kit, not pay tax and shipping, and then get additional product. So you're going to get an additional $30. So you get $165 in product, plus during SaleABration you get 2 free stamp sets valued at $50 or less. So realistically, you're walking away with $130 worth of product in addition to the $135 that you're paying for the kit. It's a no-brainer. So if you have questions about that, send me a message. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. Can you be a kidnapper? How do you make a hobby demonstrator? How can you make a business out of it? Talk to me. That's all I ask. We'll find out what your why is and if it makes sense. Have a great night, and thanks for watching. Bye.